What's good, B1 fam? As you can see, fresh off a workout, super late nights, 1:10 in the morning. Trying to get back into working out. And as you guys see, I have not been consistent, and that happens. So, we got to face ourselves and be consistent. I saw this one sister, she did a video where she said, especially when you get towards your 40s, you have to make a decision. The life you're comfortable with or the life it's going to take you to the next level. And I'm just kind of paraphrasing what she said. If I find the video, I'll probably share with you guys. But she was right. I think a lot of us who are in this position now are at times upset with our parents and grandparents that are still alive and well. Like, how come you didn't do this so I can take them to the next level or pave the way for them to go to the next level? I have to make up ground and then exceed that in a finite amount of time with a finite amount of resources while dealing with the dominant society, while dealing with tethers, while dealing with your own insecurities. Because I know a lot of us are looking like there's smarter people than me. There's more brilliant people than me. Why am I doing this? I'm going to let you know the long and short of it, because you're the only one who'll do it. You saw the need and you'll do it. You don't need a 12-point plan. You don't need an engraved invitation. You're not looking for some great sign. You see there's an issue, and that was a sign that lets you know, okay, I'm seeing this again. Either I'm going to get it done or it's just not getting done because I don't see anyone else doing it. And the people you would expect to do it, the people who are living well, the people who seem like they got it together, they ain't finna go bust a grape. They're not finna go break a sweat. What? For the free too? For the frisky? Perish the thought. So don't feel bad. Don't be disheartened. All right, I know, because I war with it myself. I want y'all to know I'm not infallible. There's sometimes I get home like, man, I know too many brilliant people. Why am I doing this? Why can't I move in this lane and let them do that? They're not gonna move in that lane. They're not doing it. They just not gonna do it. They would have been did it. At the same time, do not let anybody who could have been doing it come to you and tell you, well, you ain't doing it right. Hey, respectfully, F you. Because if you were so concerned, how come you didn't start this? Why get put on my shoulders? And now that I got to a certain place, you see, it can work. Whether it's profitable or not, but it's working, and I'm consistent and putting out the information, gathering information. Now you want to come in and try to take over and Bogart? No. Don't let anybody do that. You owe nobody the opportunity to destroy what you've built. I live by that. You owe nobody, mama, daddy, cousins, uncles, aunts, brother, sister, niece, nephews, children, the opportunity to destroy what you have built. All right? And you see it's a mess, and you peep game, you're seeing it for a reason. Operate, move, position yourself. All right? I need my B1 family to do that because it's just going to get a little bit tougher. It's going to be more strenuous. You're going to see a lot more people going through it. And because you seemingly got it together, folk going to be at your door, banging your line. Hey, I'm kind of down bad. I messed up. Like, hey, we all saw this coming months down the road. I just did a video last night talking about, hey, we need to have generators. Now, I'm grateful. You see, I got lights, but a lot of Memphis don't have power. That storm came through. Well, they said it's a severe thunderstorm. A lot of folks think it was a tornado because you see some of the damage in the footage from the damage. You're like, that probably was a tornado. And how come there wasn't proper warning? You see it. You see it in my apartment. There's actually a tree. This is a smaller one. They do apartments a certain type of way, but where the trees are allowed to grow naturally, that's the damage being seen in a lot of Memphis. 128,000 people without power. I got the text message from MLGW because it's the only place you can get electricity from. Fair use, by the way. Fair use. This just lets me know, hey, I gotta, work harder and make the sacrifice. Yeah, I like having little trinkets, have a bike, all these other things, but I need to have a generator. And for those of you who live in apartments that don't have like a garage or somewhere where you can have the generator outside, or you live on the second floor where it's harder for it to steal, something like that, I think Anchor Solix has a pretty big electric generator, electric power bank rather. Look at that. I need to comprise a list of the things I've seen, and I think I'm gonna put it on a community tab, and just be looking forward for that. I'm gonna keep trying to contact these butcher shops and where you can get whole meat and where you can get half a cow, which is why I hit up Ratcliffe, because this can happen at a moment's notice. And would you be ready? Another thing I want to do with my family is to clear the slate, because sometimes when you sit by yourself and you don't have devices to distract you, you don't have alcohol, or if you smoke or whatever, whether it's a cigar or weed, you don't have things to distract you. You kind of sit and reflect on your past behaviors and who you are. And I want to say to everyone that's been cool with me, especially in my formative years, growing up throughout school, if you have been cool with me and I've ever came off as arrogant or if I was better than you, I apologize. Because to an extent, I did think I was better than you. I may not have said it, but my actions most definitely were there. Grew up in the church, grew up Church of Christ. And my perception of life and what religion did for me was have me think because I didn't go and live in the hood, or I had, quote, both my parents, and I was connected to God by the indoctrination that I grew up with, I was somewhat better. I'm not as good as these Christians. These must be the best Christians because they drive the nice fancy cars. They live in the nicer neighborhoods, but I don't live like they do. And I feel like a lot of Christianity is that type of comparison, like, oh, my life is bad, but it could be worse. And I'm not worried about the could be worse, because the person who's dealing with the could be worse is not sitting there thinking like, dang, I just lost my leg. Well, at least I didn't lose both of my legs. They're not thinking like they lost their leg. They're in that moment. And I think what that did for me was I was moving like, yeah, you homie and stuff like that. We cool, but my life is better than yours. And I reflect on it. It wasn't. I was effectively, to a point, single mother raised. And not because my father wasn't present, because at times, and some of you might get offended by what I'm about to talk about, but at times my mom would get a wild hair up her ass and just pack me and my brother's shit and just leave and take us to our grandmother's house for weeks at a time. Wouldn't fight. Wouldn't be no fight. Wouldn't be no argument. We'd just get out of school. It'd be a Friday. Our stuff get packed up and we'd be at our grandmother's. And, I know now looking back at it, there's some things I want to have a conversation with her about that I saw. But that happened. But I would be like, oh, well, I got my dad, so I'm not like, oh, boy. In a way, I did. In a way, my grandmother and my aunt raised us for a lot of years when we were younger, until I was old enough to choose where I wanted to go. When I became a teenager, now I'm going to go with my dad. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young men are not as powerful or commanding as they can be because, fellas, and this is you trusted a big butt and a smile. And you end up dealing with a Hellcat. And your children suffer for it in some shape, form, or fashion. And the ladies, You're not absolved of this because you could have said, hey, look, I'm just trying to see what it is and what it ain't. I'm not trying to get locked in with you. I'm here to have fun. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And let it be what it be. And then if that person lied to themselves and say, hey, whatever, I'm gonna be with you forever, hey, say la vie. Remember, your children gonna suffer if you have children. And then they grow up and then they create more problems. And I want to talk about this because there's young men refusing to date, refusing to get married, and rightfully so. You see the chaos that men like myself and other men who have done worse or done a little bit better, but not as well as they could have left you guys to deal with. And we're seeing situations like there was a streamer whose mom literally, while he finally got his streams finally popping, 10,000 people watching his stream. He's finally cracked the code. She come down and smash down on her son, embarrass him, humiliate him. For what? Because she felt like it. We'll talk. I want you to see this and we'll talk about it.
I'm not doing people in here. I have 10,000 people in here. Why are you taking my stuff? Why are you taking my stuff? I'm not doing anything. I have 10,000 people in here. Why are you in the camera? I have 10,000 people in here. They just raided me. Why are you taking my stuff? Mama, why are you taking my... Oh, stop. Why? Because I'm trying to stream.
So get out.
So you can call the police because I'm streaming. I have 10,000 people in here watching.
Get out.
I just got raided. What are you doing? So I have to get out because I'm streaming too. I am. I literally just got raided. I can't just have... I'm not doing... Can I not stay on for like 5 minutes?
Get off.
I am, but you didn't have to take... What do you mean? What am I doing? It's a fake life. Because I want to be...
Yes.
It's fake because I want to be successful. Yeah, I've been doing this for 7 years. Still have the passion. Nothing wrong with that. It's like working a job for 7 years.
I know. And that's why you're going to have to go because you're in the delusional world.
Because I want to...
You need a real job to get the fuck out.
So I guess that's not a real job?
It's not.
It was good to hear.
And I will get out. Please don't worry about my son. Don't let that be on your son. Don't do that. That had nothing to do with it. I actually just bumped into him.
That's not what I want. But don't get in my face, Mama. You know how to play that.
Yeah, I'm
Okay, thank you.
That's what you had to say. Go to hurry up. I'm trying to talk to you. I wasn't talking to you.
People in here. I have 10,000.
There's another clip. There's other clips showing where she basically puts her hands on her son. She bites him. She, even while the live is going, she brags on how she cleaned out one of his accounts of all his money. And this is not an FBA, non-FBA thing. This is a young man trying to do something unconventional. Because conventional working is cool, but I have a conventional job. Your pay raises, for those of you who have the same thing, your pay raises don't keep up with the cost of inflation. It don't. If you are not making $250,000 with a family of 5 or better, you are struggling. You are struggling. Part of the reason why I do My Black Universe on IG the way I do it, and it's a lot of comedy and reactions, because it can bring a bag. It can bring a bag. And I balance the silliness with the seriousness of being here with my B1 family. But I also do the content with the bike, and the bike is now at the point where it's paying for itself. It's paying for itself, but I got to keep these things up. I can't just do one thing and everything's encompassed and taken care of. Things like cost of living expensive. Like if I need gas, I think I'm gonna put 50, no. Fill up. We're not doing that 15, 20 here. My big body, about $60 to $70. And that's good for maybe 3 days, depending on how I drive it. That's why I typically take the bike, because 15 to $20, we good, full tank, and I can roll on. Now, I don't want you guys to think I'm just dumping on my mother. I'm not. However, because I know it's a sensitive a topic for some of you, like, hey, my mom's all I had. How you there? Your mother's not my mother. And you didn't live in the house with my mother, just like I didn't live in the house with your mother or your father. All right. I can honestly say my parents should have divorced a long time ago. And I'm saying that to say this for the young men who are thinking about marriage. Think long and hard. What are your deal breakers? Is she culture like you? Does she clean up like you? My bro just got married. Him and his lady, they were together, I say about 4 or 5 years. And now they're married. Now he decided to pull the trigger. Now he decided, hey, yeah, she the one. He didn't rush into it. He said, I got to see you at your best. I got to see you at your worst. Because the worst, you got to put up with that. So if the worst is the lowest pits of hell of a personality, whether it's the man or the woman, you married that. You married that. Don't have kids too. Oops. They pick up some of your habits, but they also going to pick up some of the other person's. And one thing I remember, going back to this young man, one thing I remember, and I got to ask my mom about this because I like to know why, right? This is healing. This is healing moments. I remember one time, because I had sprung up, I got taller than my mama. And this is one of those many times where she snatches and she take us on, be with our granny. And she was pushing on me and kind of punched me in my chest. And yeah, you want to, and I'm looking at my mom. I'm looking bewildered. I'm probably barely 13. I'm looking. What are you trying to process what's going on and trying to figure out why she's doing this at the same time? It's traumatic. You may get over it that day. You try to process it, which is another thing religion did for me. Cope. The psychosis of cope. Where I'm looking at, why is my mom trying to fight me? And then you realize, oh, because she came with my daddy. I had her back then. I got to find some of my younger pictures and share with you guys. Just some, not all of them, because Tether tried to AI impose their face on it. Had my hairline, it'll start back here, and then it come up back here, and then it come and it get the little widow's peak up here. So I'm sure a couple of them, not a lot of them, but she couldn't with my daddy. Oh well, let me get my son to jump bad so I can whoop up on him. And I never took the bait. However, at the same time, that emasculates you. That woman emasculated her son in front of the world. More than likely because she can't stand the daddy. And somebody tried to defend him in the background. I don't know who that was. You know what I'm saying? I'm highlighting this because as we go forward, we know about the deadbeat dudes. The dudes ain't worth nothing. There's deadbeat moms. Females ain't worth nothing. We gotta cut it all out. We gotta separate the wheat from the chaff. On the women's side and the men's side. We can't keep perpetuating this nonsense. All right, this ain't a gender war thing. This is a calling a spade on both sides. We know about the men. We've always harped on the men. There's women too. That ain't worth 2 dead flies smashed together. And we're gonna need the young men to realize it is what it is. Have your fun. Don't give her your seed. Have your fun. Don't give her your seed. We need you procreating with some of my brighter, smarter, more capable FBA brothers, FBA sisters. We need y'all to be with them and have children with them. And have your fun with them. Don't put no babies in them because that little baby is going to be a reflection of you and her, and mostly her, especially she's one of them women. No, my kid, I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to say you're doing this. I'm going to try to get you fired. All right? Because your main focus should be building yourself up so you can have the money, so you're not like me and some of my brothers and sisters watching this content. struggling to an extent. You're doing all right, but you're still kind of struggling. Like, you know, it's, you just really, whew, like when they off overtime, you be like, I'll take it. I'm tired as hell, but I'm going to take it. Because I see what's finna come up. I see these bills about to hit me like that. So you need to be focused on that. Building yourself up. That little patch of hair ain't gonna be worth none of the hell that comes with dealing with that girl. My first was a hood chick. And them niggas stole my Letterman jacket and my CD player out my Honda. It's a 92 Honda Accord, champagne brown, with the burgundy red interior. With the moonroof. You couldn't tell me that I had a JVC CD deck back in the day. And it was, you can take the face off of it. I put Lightning Audio 6x9s in the back would barely fit. And then 3 1/4 up front. And them Lightning Audio, that trunk the way it was and the way them 6x9s sat in there, and it sounded like I had a system. This is back when Nelly came out. And Nelly Juice was, you got a system now. This is just 6x9s. Rolling through the hood, Eastwood. Down the street from Eastern Church of Christ. Where you turn on that street, where the church is, that first right, go all the way down there, that's where she lived at. And boy, them niggas got my Letterman jacket. 4 years, 3.5 years of hard work. Gone. Letterman jacket gone, never seen it again. I think same Negroes came and stole my car after me and her broke up while I was at work, but that's a different story. And I'm telling you guys to tell you, hey, as much as a square I am, I done did some stupid shit that probably should have got me taken up out of here. And shout out to the ancestors and the Most High, I'm still here. All right? That wagon she dragging, if you like that, if you like a girl with big, man, the sex is going to be fire, but the fire don't stop at the sex. That fire is going to burn everything up and destroy all. So be smart. I think with your big head, not your little one. Now, I know you guys have seen in the news all these women that are supposed to be caping for that W woman that unalived them 3 babies. If you align with that idea of she's okay or right or justified in killing 3 children, unsubscribe to me immediately. That's adoption. You got family members. Nope. No. Nope. No, you can't make that make sense. Well, she might have been tired. Well, okay, give him to daddy. Because see, when you say that, this is another way I say we got to be careful with who we procreate with. Because there's some women, when the daddy say, hey, I want to be my children, they immediately, okay, I'm on my way. Me and you didn't work out, but I'm not finna withhold the children from you. We gonna teamwork this. All right, we didn't work out. Made the babies. All right, cool. Here, on the way. I'm at the door. By the time he hang up there at the door, when ready to drop the babies off, she ready for that break. But there's women who, I'm struggling. I got it so hard. I'm so hard. Well, give him to the dad. You know, he ain't no weirdo, is he? Well, no, he don't be abusing the kids, right? No. Well, give him to him for a while. I ain't doing that. I'll figure it out. And ruin the babies. There was no reason for them 3 children to get unalived. No. Not by their mother.
And evidently something's in the air because I just saw this clip.
A Kentucky doctor left her granddaughter in a hot car for 8 hours. This is 61-year-old Stacy Fosenbacher. It was 10-month-old Scotty Crowell. Now, Stacy had picked up her granddaughter on the way to work, and she was supposed to drop her off at daycare. Only something happened, and she forgot. Stacy drove straight to work at the Owensboro Health Multicare. Scotty never made it to daycare. Stacy continued to work, and by 4 p.m., Scotty's father went to the daycare to go pick her up. They informed him that Scotty was never dropped off. Once the grandmother was contacted, she rushed out to the car in a panic. By the time that police had gotten there, Scotty was out of her car seat, with the grandmother and other employees trying to enforce life-saving techniques. Scotty unfortunately did not survive. She was left strapped in the back seat in her car seat for 8 hours in 95-degree weather.
I know people want to postpartum and things like, okay, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, okay. Put the children in the care of somebody else. Put the children in the care of somebody else. Okay? Because we don't mess with the kids, right? We don't do nothing to kids. We don't let the kids get harmed. Even if they made other folk kids, that's just the way we are. My buddy told me in Garland, Texas, there was another situation where they left the child on a bus or a van and they're gone. Unacceptable. Unacceptable because, see, the newer vehicles, like personal vehicles, especially new vehicles, you know what they do when you open up the back door? When you about to get out, it says, check back seat. It tells you that. You get a notification. Hey, check your back seat. When you're riding on a bus or a van, you have one mirror that is big enough and concave enough to let you see all the way to the back of that van or that bus. And you're supposed to be doing checks anyway. Unacceptable. Can't accept it. I might lose people. I didn't do this to be liked. I didn't start this to be the favorite. This type of work is very thankless at times. And honestly, a lot of y'all, and I'll let you know, I'm not ashamed to the point where I'm like, I'm me. It's not me. I can have a lot of braggadocio, but it's not me. Not anymore. I used to be bad. Still Leo. But I can, sometimes y'all comments is what keep me going. Sound like that was a wife. She can take her butt to bed. Sometimes y'all comments is what keeps me going. For real. Sometimes I feel like it's just stepping away from a lot of stuff. Just, why am I doing this? What's it for? Why so much work? And then, hey man, appreciate you for. That's why I did it. Not the payout. That comment. Appreciate you. Thank you. I thank you for doing this. I'm glad you spoke about this. Right on. Sometimes even the funny stuff. My kinfolk, shout out to the CEO of Legendary Distillery. Legendary PC rum for those who still sip. Get it where it's available. It is actually quite delicious. Quite delicious. I think I got content on here with it. He texted me on the day. I was like, man, I'm tired of this. Because I get strikes on Facebook too. Like, as soon as one's finna come off, they find something to give me about another one. Like, boy, I try to make sure I don't make no more money. They don't want to make that big money no more. And he texted me. And he was like, hey, I should just show my lady your content. Woo, woo. We over laughing. We in Cancun. Damn. I'm like, Kim, you appreciate it. Because I really was like, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? I'm human too, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all. If I ain't never said nothing, let me say this. I appreciate y'all. All right. Y'all like my extended family. I want to end on a sad note. I don't want to end this video on a sad note. So I don't want to end this video on a sad note, so we're gonna laugh together. We're gonna laugh together. That wasn't the worst part. That wasn't the funniest part. Oh my gosh, the comments. The eyeshadow a little messy, but other than that, I hate it. Don't listen to the haters. They right, but don't listen to them. I blame myself for trusting you. I've never seen a backwards transition. The audacity to come closer to our screens. It's like you don't need makeup. You're beautiful. Actually, she did look better without the makeup because that's a hot mess. But me looking for the transition part, my dear, don't listen to the negative comments. Just figure out how to delete the video. Oh man, that's funny. And she does this, so she does it to rage bait. But ooh wee, Lord, she it make you. She get close, you lean back like, wait a minute. Oh man, look, love, respect, be one family. FBA all day, and thank you for letting me rant. All right, I think I'm gonna do these every now and again. Just get some stuff off and clear my plate. And make sure I'm right with folk. You know what I'm saying? You never know who might harbor animosity towards you because something you did and you forgot about it because you did on impulse. And now they like, I don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I want folk. I ain't saying we gotta be buddy. We ain't gotta be cool. We can be cordial, like assy. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving. So, you guys have a good morning, good night, whenever you see this. Till next time.